I guess the mic would help. Yo, yo, yo. We're back. It's your boy High Five Vega and Dean from 5 Star Car Stereo, Smash Force Production, Man About Car Audio. What's up, Dean?
The usual, running around trying to get caught up. Still in my work clothes.
Trying to complete a task that you promised you do for somebody else.
Yeah, I got. my phone is. Yeah, I had to actually write it all down because it's like I don't have that much time left, and this is all shit that's got to be done. Like something's got to be done on Monday, and some of it's got to be done on Sunday, and it's like, oh yeah,
you got to put in that new calendar. You got to put in that new calendar, man.
Well, that's for the big stuff.
Yeah.
It's the little stuff that's just impossible to keep track of. So, like today, I'm out here in the office because the 3D printers, which are in the normal where I do it, are running, and so because they can't stop right now. So, but yeah,
they're just like you. They can't stop right now.
Right now they are. Yeah. They're going full speed. I haven't even eaten dinner yet, so this is dinner. So.
Well, see, we're gonna save you right here because
I know
we have a couple guests to bring on to talk. Let's start with the Best Buy legend. You guys know him in the chat as Chris Vera. What's up, Chris?
What's up, everybody?
Now he's a legend.
Yeah, well, a Best Buy legend. Yeah. There's a difference.
Okay,
so
that's
Chris,
fine.
you want to would you like to introduce yourself and what you do for the people who don't know?
So my name is Chris Vera. I work for Best Buy. I'm an installer. I've been a installer for about 7 years now. So it's relatively new to the game, but hey, I learn quick.
That's almost scary. I feel like you've been doing it longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's literally.
I feel like I've known you longer than that, but I guess not.
No.
He got up to speed quickly watching a little YouTube channel you might have heard of called 5 Star Car Stereo.
Fair enough.
But the next guest, we have a full 4-screen situation going tonight. This guy has been in audio for quite a while.
Yeah, he's an old guy.
And he's an old guy and he knows some shit. This is Fro. You can call, Fro knows audio. So we'll bring him in.
Hello, everybody.
Yay. You guys might know him in the chat as Fro's House. So would you like to introduce yourself and what you do?
Oh, shit. I do a little bit of everything that has anything to do with car audio, like Dean.
Hi.
Been into the business forever, just like Dean.
And he works for a company called Stereo Kings.
Oh, yeah, Stereo
King. Yeah. What's their slogan? You don't out stereo the king?
No, nobody beats the king.
Nobody beats the king. Okay.
There you go.
Knew there was a slogan.
There's always got to be a slogan.
There's got to be. What's 5 Star Car Stereo slogan?
Leave me alone.
I thought it would be something like hand me another zip tie.
No, I mean, I don't know. I'll let Paul figure that one out.
Yeah.
I think it'd probably be something like, we got that.
Yeah, exactly. You want it, we'll get it.
So, all right. So, Mastertech Expo recap roundtable. All right, good.
Yeah. So, let's do
Somebody
this.
Didn't go.
See, I didn't go. So here's what everyone hears Dean talk about Mastertech every year.
Yep.
But you're gonna let other people do it? Oh, thank God.
They don't hear the people that attend as industry people, part of the industry. Pitch Mastertech to me as somebody who's just an enthusiast.
That's easy. Do you want to learn?
Not really.
Well, you like cool cars with a lot of great audio.
I like to see cool stuff, though.
Okay,
no.
Well, they
I
have
always
a
want
pass
to
you
learn.
can get that it's not. You don't have to take classes.
Well, there is a package to where you just come to the show floor and you have lunch and stuff and you go to the vendor trainings, but you don't actually go to the knowledge part of it. So there are 2 tickets that are available. So if you're like, I just want to go hang out and see cool stuff. That is a cheaper ticket, but it's, I mean, you're there. Why would you not want to go to the education part of it?
Exactly.
Yeah, of course. Especially if you're an enthusiast and you want to learn to do stuff, why not?
Did
I don't
you
know
guys?
if I saw any this year, but last year I saw a lot of people I know that they don't work for a car audio shop and they're still there to learn. So, I mean, they're big into car audio. Don't get me wrong, but
I've seen a few people that don't work for car audio shops just posting that they've joined, that they went and over the years and took the classes. So it does seem like a
Justin
good
is
time.
always there. So
Yeah. Listen, Justin is everywhere. I don't think I've been to an event where Justin hasn't been.
yeah.
Any big SQ event I've been to, he's been there. I've never been to Mastertech or Knowledge Fest. So that's the next. SEMA is on the list too. I need to go to SEMA just once, just to see.
Why be a king when you can be a god?
Yeah, I've been wanting to go to SEMA too.
Yeah, so that'll be.
Put SEMA in your back pocket. There's way better things to spend your money on. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Way better things to spend your money on.
That's just Vegas in general, right?
The show floor at Knowledge Fest is better than the show floor at SEMA.
Well, see, the cool thing about SEMA is I wouldn't just have to do car audio. I could go check out all the tools and stuff.
Yeah. You can walk for days.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time, Chris, right?
That's all you do in Vegas is walk.
Yeah.
And I've been there too many times.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So here's a funny one, Rob. So this year, Chris compete in the Clean Wire Challenge. Okay, which was cool. We'll have him tell us about his experience doing that. And next year,
maybe.
You said yes.
I said maybe.
You said yes. So Fro.
Okay, I'll kick my walker out of the way.
Hey man, Daryl, when he did it last year, he's older than both of us. So, and he can't. His was really nice. So, yeah, Fro is on the docket for next year.
Nice.
So, ooh.
So Chris, why don't you? I'll lead the witness. Why don't you go ahead and kind of explain or tell the tale of woe and sorrow that is the Clean Wire Challenge, how it came about, how you were selected, the whole thing, like the whole this is what happened moment.
So, I've been doing the Clean Wire builds. Like I've been watching, I learned a lot from watching 5-Star and watching Dean do his work and stuff. So literally through the progression of doing that, I got into 3D printing and making, my wire clamps that I sell and, all that jive. And one day I'm at work and I get a random phone call from Dean and he's like, hey, I know you don't like traveling, you don't like flying, but if you really want to come to Arizona and compete in the Clean Wire Challenge, it'd be great to have you. And I said yes. And he's like, well, that was easy. And I'm like, I've been wanting to go. And he's like, well, you know me and you could have said something. And I was like, he's like, ugh. So I ended up going over there. And let me tell you, it was an experience doing that challenge because typically when you're building an amp rack, you don't have pressure of you have to have it done in a certain amount of time. Or, you take your time on it. If you change ideas, you can go back and fix it. But when you're on the clock and you have exactly 3.5 hours to do this, there's no going back. If you make a mistake, you run with it. You improvise. So it was very challenging and it was a really good experience.
What amps did you get, Chris?
The Audio Control A series.
Oh.
So check this out. They almost threw me for a loop because when the day before I talked to Matthew Palumbo and I'm like, hey, so I got audio control, I'm gonna be doing the audio control. He goes, funny story, it's supposed to be a 4-channel and a mono, right? They accidentally sent 2 4 channels.
Oh shit.
And I said, What? He goes, yeah, it'd be cool, do like a, eight way, an eight channel, amp rack and this and that, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. I said, I planned my rack for an 8-channel and a mono. My game plan is for an 8-channel and a mono. If I have to go somewhere locally and buy a mono, I'll go buy a mono today and to have it for tomorrow. And it just so happened that the guy that was sitting in front of me at one of the classes where I saw Matthew, he has a local business and they have them in stock. So he talked to him. He's like, hey, can we get a mono, for tomorrow for the challenge, this and that? And he's like, oh yeah, sure. Just go to the shop and get it. So Matthew ran out and got the mono and had it for the challenge. But I would have been stuck. You could see the size of the 4-channel.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been stuck with 2 4-channels, which would be another 2 inches on the opposite end. And if you could see at that little corner, I'm missing a screw, the top left corner. So it would have been sticking out the board, or I would have had to change everything the way I was going to do it. It was going to be a nightmare. So, yeah.
But look at that. You adapt, you overcame, and you beat up Matthew. So,
but I see you got your.
It's funny you brought that up because that was the one hiccup that we ran into, and I was like, "Oh God," everything out. That was, I mean, honestly, that was the worst we had. I'm cool with it. Other years have been pretty interesting behind the scenes. Now, the one cool thing that you got was you actually got 2 sets of amplifiers, right?
Yeah.
So
Nice.
So Maxsonic, who sponsors one of the competitors, also sends a set of amplifiers for every competitor. So the guy that got Maxsonic normally only gets 1 amplifier, and it's kind of like, sorry, buddy. This year, we had 2 companies send us an extra set of amplifiers. Actually, we had 3 companies send us an extra set of amplifiers. So the Maxsonic guy got another set of amplifiers, and then all the competitors got a set of Maxsonic amplifiers. So you got your whole board that you built that you just saw, and then you got 2 more amplifiers to take home and do whatever you want with. So Clean Wire Challenge is the shit, bro.
Okay. Question.
Now, are all the boards the same size?
Yeah,
or
so
the same shape?
Is a 1087 Sounds Good F150 board.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So we wanted to do last year. We went a little crazy. We all remember that. And so this year I was like, I want form, function. I want it to look like something you'd sell somebody, something that could just drop into a car. And, it's like it's supposed to be there, not like, as much as I enjoyed last year with the whirly twirlies and the movie parts and all that, it was pretty crazy. I wanted to ground it back into what we were kind of really going for at Mastertech this year, which was kind of down to earth, So Austin, who was in the comments, he was on the build team. He was red team captain. They built the teams this year. There's 2 teams of 4 in the build off. They had 2 days. What did you guys think of that, by the way?
It was awesome. It was good. I do like it when they have 4 teams, but
we wanted it to be a harder project, and they weren't allowed to bring anything other than templates.
Yeah, Dan told me that.
So they had to build everything, which was like what they built in the 7.5 hours or whatever it was that they had was like, whoa.
So they're doing this as all the other activities are going on then?
Yeah, so this is show floor time. So while they're doing the Clean Wire Challenge, the build off is on the inside. And there again, just like the Clean Wire, the build off, we wanted to make it more of a chopped experience where it's like, this is all you got. So you can show up with your plans and you can show up with templates and that's it. And then you can go to town. Stage time was good. Yeah. New stage. There was a new stage this year. So that was kind of cool. You know, Fro, you remember the old stage where it had that big thing, TV, and lots of stuff in the back, and we really wanted everyone to stay out front as much as possible. So the only tool that was in the back, I think, was the table saw.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I wish I would have been able to see more of it, but I didn't because I have to take care of my guys. But it looked like a lot of fun. I think for the competition this year, we had some really amazing panels and builds. It was really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, everybody always asks me, like, who'd you pick? Which one do you think is the best? And I'm like, dude, it doesn't work like that, man. I just want 8 awesome panels, you know, because that's my job. My job is not to find the best one. That's your guys' job that we're there. My job is to just get you to that point, you know, and have a good representation of what the industry is capable of doing.
I mean, it happened to me.
Yeah.
But when I watched the panels that one year when you guys had to go do whatever you had to do, everybody was like, "Which one's your favorite?" Not important.
Yeah,
I'm not telling you which one to choose.
What were you going to ask about the board, Fro?
I was looking at the end of the board and I couldn't see what it was. I'm pointing at my screen.
This side?
It says Geek Squad plus and minus, and then there's
Ejectocito, cuz Fast and Furious.
Blind, I can't see shit.
I figured it's audio control amps, and they like to put little Easter eggs and all their little manuals.
So did you know you had audio control beforehand?
I did not. So I only knew a couple days before.
Yeah,
and that was by luck.
Yeah. So this year we had a tighter schedule on our side because we had 2 classes that we were teaching on the first day on those Thursday classes.
Whoa. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
And so we decided to we do a little roulette thing where we put everybody's name and everybody's in the brands, and we hit the buttons and we match up names to products. Haley came up with that method last year. And so instead of doing it the day of the event, because we were really packed for time, we just did it 2 days before. And that way, you know, they would know what they're getting. Now, they didn't know what they were getting. They just knew they were getting, like,
what brand?
Like there's the winner. Like he knew he was getting Memphis. They knew he was getting JBL. We didn't know what they were getting per se. So, and then the funny one is MTX. That was good. That's JP's. Obviously Chris's. I think the next one is that's Mike Hungerford's Cartel. This one here. This is Junior's. Junior, he's been in the build off before. He's a really good guy. I've worked with him on a couple projects at Mobile Solutions. Really talented guy. Older gentleman. He's our age, Fro. Okay, he doesn't look it because he's Asian and they age well. Although he has gray hair, I pick on him all the time. He's a great guy, super talented, and I knew when I picked him, he was going to do something silly. And when we got done, because he ran late, we knew he would. Yeah. And when he got done, and I was like, thank you. He's like, for what? I said, because I knew you were going to do something stupid and overthink it and go crazy. And you didn't disappoint. It's
clean, though. It's clean.
Oh, yeah. No, dude, it was funny. He just had no time management. And, you know, he spent the first 2.5 hours, like, doing all the router work and all that stuff. And it was like, you know, he works with Herman. Yeah. And Herman's like, dude, I told him, like, hey, man, do you want me to grab 2 amplifiers out of the stock room and you can practice? And he's like, nah, I got this. And I go, okay.
I like this one. Who did this one?
I think that's Gerardo's. I don't know.
That's pretty. That
looks familiar to me.
Yeah, that's Gerardo's.
I do have a gripe. I do have a gripe about that previous board.
Gerardo's?
Yeah. So the amplifiers. the amplifiers are double stick taped on.
They
not
are?
on. Yes.
Nah, they have to be screwed on because double-sided
No.
tape won't stick to that.
No,
No,
they
fall
I
off.
swear, I promise you, they're double stick tape. If you zoom in on the screw holes, there's no screws in any of the screw holes.
Because tape won't stick to that. That's why Hungerford had such a hard time with his. Is that
he put a panel, like there's a panel where the LEDs are,
yeah,
and then the amps are double stick taped to that panel.
oh okay.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
That's the only gripe I had about it. That's the only thing I could really get on anybody about. I was like, I was like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah. I like this one because I like the blocks. I like to see the blocks. I can see why this one. This is cool.
All right, question.
He also had the pack module and the.
That sits on the driver's side of the F-150, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's accurate.
Is that how you would run power?
Yeah,
that was how a lot of people run power. I don't run power that way anymore. But I know a lot of people go up the passenger side because it's just a lot more work. We originally, when we originally did those back in the day, we would always go up the driver's side just because we'd go up the passenger side like everyone did in this. We now go up the driver's side and just cut across the engine. You know, Fernando's like, this is way easier. And I was like, okay, you do you, bro.
Yep. Well, I can imagine the grounding on that driver's side is a lot easier to get to then, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic. And then what he does is he there's the plastic rain shield across the engine compartment.
Yeah.
And he takes his pry tool and pries it up and drills holes so he can put zip ties all along that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's JP's. He did fantastic.
Yeah, I like
it was good too.
Yeah.
This is how I wondered about the amps, because he said, because I talked to him and he showed me a bag of different 3D printed lighting pieces. He had a whole bag of them, depending on what it is. I was like, holy crap.
Well, he knew he had MTX. He just didn't know which ones. So he had to print everything, I guess. Oh, well.
Yep.
You know what? The only thing I could pick out on this one is he didn't use a wire ruler.
So he used a wire ruler for one side, and then just drilled like by eye on the other side.
On the other side.
Yeah, that's why they're evenly spaced, but they're kind of like angled because he was drilling the other side by eye. So one side with a ruler, one side without.
I like the custom panel as well for the fuse block.
Yeah,
it looks like a fan.
And the lights.
That's his logo. That's his logo.
Yeah.
And then he put the individual channel heat shrinks on the thing, which I like. You know, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, right there.
And then he has his branded heat shrink on the amp wires as well.
Yeah, and the lights.
I told him in that corner over there where the speaker wires are, if he would have just separated the wires, he wouldn't have had that bunch in the corner there. He would have. At the bottom, they would have transitioned smooth. You know. He's like, oh damn, I didn't think about that.
And then let's see the Rockford.
That was the Canadians.
Okay.
I always forget his name. Tall guy.
The guy with the beard?
No, they're super tall Canadian.
Wait, how are they holding the
No, this isn't the super tall Canadian. This is the shorter Indian guy with the beard. Yes. I suck because I've already forgotten everybody's name. So what he did, what's that?
Go ahead.
So what he did is he put zip tie holes in the back, and the zip ties are going through the Tech Flex.
Oh,
okay.
And so he's actually just holding the Tech Flex on it. Bailey, thank you. See, how does Austin know this? It wasn't Bailey. Bailey was the tall guy like yourself. It was the shorter Indian guy that. Hold on.
He's gonna have to look it up now.
Dude, I feel terrible. It's like I honestly I've been so busy. I just don't care at the moment.
No, that's good. Let me see let's check out the JBL. Okay, I like the custom cover on that. That's nice. And then you got the clean wire cover over here. This first one is about my level of clean wire.
That's Bailey.
Yeah.
That's Bailey from
It's
Canada.
still good.
Yeah, that's about
Cody.
how I when I do it. I can never get it perfect. I don't plan enough to get
so
it.
that's Bailey. Cody was the other one that with the Tech Flex. That's Cody.
Okay.
Cody, yep.
And then this one.
Cody's girlfriend was there the whole time. And then yeah, that was funny.
And then JP.
That's JP's.
Our boy Chris.
That's, I think Chris. That's Hungerford's. That is Junior.
Yeah.
And then that is Infinity. So that is Gerardo.
Yeah, I like the chasing lights on that.
Dude, the LED on that looks so cool. I mean,
it's super simple too. It's literally just an LED under the power wire, straight zip tied under.
Oh no, but it looks so Knight Rider. It just made me feel good.
And then of course
that's Pablo. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's funny. So Pablo, this is what's funny about this is that the first year we did this way back, 4 years ago 4 years ago, I think. Anyway, because this was year 5, so 4 years. Well, our 5th year will be next year. Fro will be year number 5. The first year we did this, and I was explaining what I wanted people to do, I was like, because we did an F-150 amp rack at that time. We were using MTI's F-150 amp rack. And I said, if you guys want to bring things like passive crossovers or amp pros or something like that to help, that would look cool. Nobody for 4 years, except for this one guy, finally did it. Because I just stopped telling everyone. I was like, all right, never mind. I'm not telling nobody nothing.
I thought about it. I was actually going to 3D print a fake amp pro. Because I was like, I'm not going to buy a freaking amp pro just to take it to there and then, what the hell am I going to do with the amp pro, Return it, like. I was like,
it's called Amazon.
Yes, you work at Best Buy, you would return it.
Well, you can return anything at Best Buy, can't you?
30 days, bro.
Yeah.
60 days, if you remember.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, you could have called and asked. I got tons of that shit just laying around.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but I was like,
So how's the winner get picked from this? Is it like a consensus vote or the judges?
So that's actually the cool part of this year. This year at Mastertech, and you guys have to tell me what you think. We had an app. Did you guys know about the app?
Yes.
Did you guys use the app at all?
Yes.
Did you like the app?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Chris?
Other than you said it was a Mastertech app, and then it wasn't. But
so I didn't know about the app till like the second day.
It was good.
I didn't open my welcome package.
Shame on you. So this year everything was done on app. So we had the controller build us the voting. Thanks, Austin. I'm like, I had nothing to do with it. I just was happy it went as smooth as it did. So there's 4 things, technically 5 things that the crowd gets to judge. One of them is the clean wire challenge. So literally she was building that in that afternoon, because up until then we normally write it down and we secret ballot it. To vote, need pics of the amps. It was a bit tough to remember. Well, I mean, we did literally put numbers on there which corresponded to the numbers. I mean, let's not get too crazy here. I mean, maybe, but because I mean, basically what happens is the last person finishes, everyone has to go to class. We have to get the amp racks from the booth into the hallway where everyone can vote. So there's really no time. It's just behind the scenes stuff to make everyone like, thankfully and I had stuff to do. So Pierce, the 2-time former winner, was standing. It was like, you guys need help? And Haley and Fernando were like, yes. And so they managed to get it all set up, because we do the judging in the registration area, because that's where everybody is coming out of to go to dinner. And so there's like 3 hours-ish where they can pick the winner. And so for like the first hour and a half, I was in there going, hey, vote now. So I enjoyed it. I liked it because we knew immediately who won. I didn't have to go back to my hotel room and go feel like I'm playing Monopoly.
Ballots.
Yeah.
Which Pierce does have his first one. The Focal, I think, was his first one above his toolbox.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, there's
I had to take mine apart.
Yeah, to get it in the plane.
Yeah, I tried to fit it in my luggage and it was too big, and I was like, I'm just gonna take it apart. I kept all the cool bits, but Caesar actually, one of the guys that went with me to the Airbnb, he took the like the plastic board back. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, at least it didn't go to waste,
Yeah. That's cool. So let me ask you guys this: what was your favorite class?
Mine's easy. Andy's class. Andy's a genius.
I love which one?
He did it on enclosures, but most of the time when you talk about enclosures, it's somebody just saying, here's a sealed, here's a ported, and that's all there is to it, and I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, Andy's not going to do that.
He doesn't do that. His is more involved, and he talks about location a lot. And, of course, base is non-directional, so it doesn't matter which way the sub is facing, but it matters where the sub is. I mean, he deep dive, which, I mean, Ken did a good job. Matt did a good job. Both Matts. Matt Schaefer, too. But yeah, his class was eye-opening. Usually, it always is.
Right.
I liked Brad's classes. The two classes that Brad did, and then the 3D print class, which I 3D print all the time, and I'm like, I'm not gonna take the 3D print class, not from Dean. What's he gonna show me? And I was like, I learned a couple good bits from that class, so I was like, all right. And then Matt and Gary's 2D class was very, very good too.
Yeah, I took that.
Very, very good.
Yeah, I heard some real positive feedback on that one.
So I made the mistake of going to the advanced, I went to the advanced 3D class.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is I took the first half and then I said, I have to pivot and go to another class because this is completely out of my league, out of my spectrum. Yeah. It's not even a forethought. So I pivoted and I went to the 2D class. Yeah. And when they started talking about designing dashboards, I'm like,
no. And so that it's funny you mentioned that because that is one of the things that this year we opened up. We didn't really talk about it, but in previous years, when you were there, you signed up for a course and you just held the course.
You stayed it. It was on your tag.
Yeah.
You didn't have it on there. You weren't getting in.
Yeah. So this year we didn't really talk about it, but we opened it up. So if someone was to come to the front and be like, hey, I'm not feeling this. It's like, go to any other class you want. And they're, so this year was the first year you could go to, you have to register because we have to have a count. Like you have to register for the classes you want to go to. But if you stepped into something and you're like, yeah, you can go somewhere else.
That's exactly what happened to me. Exactly what happened.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad you and that's the thing too, is that knowing when to go, I need to do something else and not feel like lost or whatever. You took advantage of the time and you just didn't fall asleep in the class or something stupid like that. Or just be like, Jeremy talked about some really cool stuff, but I have no idea.
Yeah, you just SpongeBob out.
Yeah.
So I stayed for the the full class length because I didn't just want to get up and walk out in the middle of the class.
For sure.
But then as soon as the next class, I had to pivot because I was like, I didn't get anything out of that first half.
Yeah, so that's cool. Not good. Yeah,
it was cool. Don't get me wrong. Seeing all the designing, how to design the dashboard.
Oh no, it is. But if it's awesome. Not, it's so So the Thursday classes that you're talking about, this like the 3D and the one that I did with Brad. So we hide those classes in there to because they're general classes that are just they're one-offs, right? They're just created to serve a purpose, right? And the whole Thursday day kind of happened because everyone gets there the day before, early, so they can get to the banquet. the big social gathering that we do at the front.
Yeah.
And so that's where Thursday classes came in, because people were flying in at noon, because everyone wants to get there and get to their hotel and get set up. We're like, well, why don't we have classes? So that's really evolved into some really awesome classes. Like, and this year was totally cool. There was a ton of like, wow, these are the freebies. Holy crap.
Yep.
And like with my 3D class, we didn't really know how we were going to do that, which is the easiest way to say it. And like, we knew what we were going to say, but we didn't know, like, we had 20 different versions of that class. That's why there were so many pieces on the table. So depending on where we needed to go with it, if somebody asked, we could turn and go to that. So like, we didn't even scratch the surface on what we wanted to talk about. We just wanted to make sure if you went to that class and you followed some of these basic ideas, then you could be 3D printing tomorrow.
Yeah. No, it was very, very good. And I got, even that I do 3D printing a lot, picked up good information from there. So it was good.
Yeah, you got to step out of that printing rubber ducks crap, man.
I was going to talk shit about Star Wars.
Yeah, man, Darth Maul was cool, man. That Darth Maul looked badass, and literally, I made that like
it was nice. That was very nice.
And it's funny too, because like that. So I printed a Darth Maul. I don't know where it's at, or I would show you, but I don't know where it's. I haven't seen it since I got home. And it was from Dr. Squatch, the soap. Yeah. There's a Darth Maul soap, and it was sitting on my counter in my bathroom, and I go, that would look really cool, big and printed. And so I stayed up to like 3 a.m. designing it so that I could print it. And then I printed it and I said, oh, I think that's wrong. So then I redesigned it and printed it again. So I had 2 different versions of it. So you could, like kind of, and I was like, this is what the class is about, thinking these things, these problems through, and like, here's what looks cool, but this one is technically correct. Yeah. But this is the one that looks cool. So we're going to do this one, Thank you, Justin.
So what classes did you teach? What were the?
So we taught a basic 3D printer class, which is like get out of your own. Basically, the idea was get out of your head. Not everyone. You don't need to know Fusion. You just need to know some basic steps, and you can start printing tomorrow. Because look, I had a 3D printer that sat there for a year, and we never even turned the damn thing on. So I mean, I know what it is to own a 3D printer or a laser or a CNC and not do anything with these things. They just become dust collectors. Mm-hmm. So, we have a very simple process that allows people to get going, and so we showed that, and then we kind of expanded upon ideas along with that. And then the other one with Brad was I took 5 topics that I find annoying on Facebook, and we went through those 5 topics in as much detail as we could with Brad's help. So, it was like scary SB. It's not. Here's why. Here's what it looks like. Here's how you test for it. And here's what it actually looks like when you're done. If you have a proper input section on the amplifier, how does DC offset work? What is it? What is an amp pro / Zen / whatever? What are the different types? What are they doing? What is a high level to low level adapter? Like Brad talked about high level to low level adapters for like a half hour, and you'd think that would be boring and like I don't need to know that. Dude, that was some of the most like intense shit and that's why there was like 2 or 3 things that we had Brad help us with, and it was like, and I wish I had more, because it was like everyone was just like, wow, and the class was, hey, if you could have an engineer in here, what would you ask him, or what would he say? And so it was pretty fun.
Well, I'm shocked that you guys didn't mention damping factor and slew rate, the most important facets of an amp, according to the internet.
Did. Brad did in his other class.
So Brad did a class on his own that was the anatomy of an amplifier, which I didn't get to attend because there again, I was somewhere else doing something else for somebody else. And yeah, how did that go, Chris?
It was very good. I got to be one of the participants on the stage, and I had to wrestle Brad with a subwoofer to explain what damping factor is. So it was good. It was good. Like I'm a real techie kind of person. I like to know all the little details and specs and what does what. So I was like all over that class. It was good.
Yeah. Fro, what did you think of the party? The first day.
It was good.
Because you were at the first one, right? You came first year?
I've been to all except for
last year.
I went last year.
Did you go last year?
It was the year before. I don't think I went.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah. So what do you think about having because the first year we had the party out there, and then it got crazy, and then it went inside, and then it stayed inside, and then for year 5 we were like, I kind of liked year 1.
Well, so I think it was the second year that we were in the amphitheater.
Yes.
It was good, except for the food wasn't anywhere near like this year's.
Well, then you had to walk like a mile down to get it.
Whatever.
The food was
it was a lot of room.
There was a lot of room. I didn't like that. Yeah.
The food was good. I'm surprised that we didn't have to spend money on food, basically, except for the last day that we went out. But the food was great.
Yeah.
Food's always great. Get there early for dinner. Otherwise, you're going to be in line for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny too, Chris, because like last year, everyone always complains about sandwich day. It's like our number one complaint is always sandwich day.
Really?
And yeah, it's so funny.
I love sandwiches.
I love sandwiches too.
Yeah.
But so this year they were just wraps.
Yep.
And everybody loves wraps. Like, dude, these are great. I'm like, they just changed the bread.
Yeah.
It went from a bun to a freaking flour tortilla.
Yeah. It was like, okay. I mean, hey, if you're happy, I'm happy. It's so good.
I will say there is something to a wrap, though. I don't know what, but sometimes a wrap just hits. You sometimes it hits. It scratches the itch.
It's funny. Justin said, except for barbecue one meat night. So that was actually the most leftovers we've ever had was barbecue night. There was so much leftover, it really sucked.
Was that the one? Was one of them Brian didn't get? He's talking about on the podcast.
No, that was the first night. That was the first night at the party that Brian, and actually the first night, like when we walked in, because it was like there again, we showed up kind of a little late because we were doing something else. And when I saw the food, like they had steak and chicken, I believe is what it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so I was happy because they had chicken. Apparently the steak was fabulous.
They were really good.
Yeah. The desserts were good. I enjoyed the desserts.
Yeah, tea cake was good.
Oh yeah. No, it was there again. I thought it was fun. Fro, where do you guys stay when you're there?
Now we only stay at that hotel there. We'll
stay at
never
the
go
hotel?
off. Yeah, we're never going off campus again because it's. I mean, to be realistic, by the time we pay for all the Ubers and stuff, we might as well have stayed there.
Yeah. Renting a car.
We stayed at Airbnb, like 10 minutes away.
Yeah. How was that?
Good. It was nice. Very nice house.
Okay. Yeah. So that's one of the
we rented a car, so it wasn't too many.
Yeah. Didn't Hungerford get a car or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, did you hang out at the hotel at all at nighttime?
Oh yeah. I was there almost every night.
Okay.
Except the night before the Clean Wire Challenge.
You gotta go to bed. Yeah. Because I think Fro, you'll agree with me. I mean, that's where it's at, man. It's like
100%.
Everyone's chilling out. Everyone was playing Connect 4.
The night after the challenge, I was out there talking with Brad till like almost 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So good times.
It sounds like classes and demos was fun and interesting. Yeah, so that brings up the other point. So one of the things that the you guys get to vote on is best class, best booth, and best demo vehicle.
Mhm.
And this year, MSC took best booth and best class. They've won best booth every year so far because their booth is like they spend big money on their booth, but they won best class. Best class has always been somebody different. Last year it was Kenwood, and the year before that it was Rockford. But then demo car, Sage won it the first year with the Honda.
Yep, rightfully so.
Herman won it last year with the BMW, with the Atmos and the Moscone Pros. And then Sage rebuilt the car, the Honda, for this year and came out with all the new Gladen superwoofers and twice as much power. And it was put 8-inch in the kicks and like added a ton more shit to it. And they won again.
Running free air, by the way, on those 8s.
Oh, are they?
Look at the fender well. You can see the back of the speaker.
Yeah,
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it for a minute.
The front mid bases are free air, and then there's 12 8s in the back.
So, what did you guys think of the demo vehicles?
They're really good. Obviously, I love that Honda. I think that thing's phenomenal.
Yeah.
There was one I wish wasn't there or located somewhere else, which is the DS18 vehicle.
Was he making?
Nobody could give a proper demo because that thing was going off.
Oh, yeah. Did you get to hear Andy's car?
I did.
How was that?
Stage was like at eye level, which is pretty high because everybody's doing their effect speakers in the ceiling. Yeah. It's really good. I would have loved to listen to something besides what he wanted to play, or not. He didn't play it, but whoever's
right.
whatever.
Well, I mean, he's going for a certain feel with the subs underneath each seat, and like he's going for this like
2 seats, doesn't matter where you sit, it's gonna sound great.
Yeah. Did that work?
It totally works. The only thing is, this is last time when I heard his the Volvo.
Yeah.
I was like, your singer's behind the drummer, bro. I'm not afraid to say it. And he's like, well, it's the recording. So what did I hear this year? Literally no vocals.
Oh.
So, or very little,
Yeah, I don't know.
But it definitely was still impressive as far as the stage. It's up there.
Yeah, I got to look at the install, which is really all I wanted to do. He did a really nice job on the install. Mm-hmm. I'm anti-demo right now. I'm tired of listening to people make me demo. It's like, dude, I'm to the point where it's like you get one song.
Yeah, that's the truth.
One song.
Yeah.
And it better be the right song, because there was one car that Fernando's like, dude, you got to listen to this car. It sounds terrible. And so I said, okay. So I went over to the car. Huh?
There were a few.
So I got into the car and I listened to it, and I literally got out like within 30 seconds because I was like, dude, this sounds like crap. and I said, and they looked at me and they were like, I go, no, it sounds like crap. Like this isn't good. Which didn't go well for me, as you can imagine. My bad.
I did the same, but I said, oh, it's just too hot in here. I got to get out.
Yeah.
I got to listen to the Modus Tesla. That sounded pretty nice.
How did that sound?
That sounded. He goes, you like to listen to it loud? And I go, bro, fry this. I was gonna say fry this. Fry it. And he's like, all right, let's do it. And he cranked it. I mean, he was blaring in there, and I was like,
was this Jason Digos?
Huh?
Was this
Digos
Jason
giving you the demo?
No, it was Tony.
Oh, Tony himself. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it was.
I
Tony.
could swear that thing had more bass last year.
Oh,
I didn't get to hear it.
It was. Well, Tony cranked it up. He even turned the bass up. So he's like, because I told him I want to hear, like, just give me the beans. I like sound quality, but I like it loud. So then he showed me the trunks in the back. He opened the back, and I'm like, it was a clean build in the back that you couldn't see no subwoofers in the back. And I was like, that's impressive. There was 410s in the bottom of the storage compartment.
412s.
No, it's 410s.
Oh.
But
Yeah, that's Digos' son does the installs on those.
He does good work.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
clean. And it sounded really good. I really liked it.
He learned from his father.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe go pop the hood, see the amps, and see 16 gauge wires for power.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's always fun. Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
okay.
I couldn't fathom it till I saw it, and then I heard it. I was like, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is definitely crazy. So did you go to any of the MSC classes or anything like that, or any vendor classes? I mean, you probably went to Audison, Fro, because you always go to Audison.
Yep.
Did you, Chris, go to any vendor classes?
I went to the
Other than
Focal
our-
class,
Oh, okay.
the building a demo car class, which was really really good, and then I went to one of the audio control, and then I think that was it really.
I went to audio control as well. Gary's a great guy, and he's pretty knowledgeable. So
Yeah,
He's not too shabby.
He's okay in Fro's book.
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah.
So what's the show floor like? What's going on the show floor when all this other stuff's going on?
nothing. Well, the classes are going on. Whatever Dean's doing or somebody else is doing behind the scenes.
Yeah, so it's kind of like so I guess the best way would be like if you go to like a state fair, right? And there's the concerts are happening. Okay, so that'd be the build off and clean wire challenge. And then there's all the little vendor booths that are all set up, like the pony walk and the corn dog place and the ring toss and all that stuff is set up. And so for what 3.5 almost 4 hours you get to mingle amongst all of these inside and out. This is where you get your demo cars. This is when you go talk to whoever you need to talk to from whatever manufacturer that you want to talk to. Pardon me. And then of course you can grab a chair and sit down and watch the build off in the nice air conditioning, or come outside for a chance to win some cool prizes playing cornhole.
Not me.
You didn't win any cool prizes this year?
What?
You didn't get a cool prize this year?
Dude, I got the Rockford lanyard, or not lanyard, the carabiner.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You suck.
I suck.
Yeah, I was gonna say you sucked bad. Was Wayne giving away demos in the Terminator? How was that? So that was one of the other things that was nice. Did either one of you go to Wayne's?
I saw
live?
it.
No,
I did. I went to the Terminator with Gary Bell and Matt Schaefer.
Yeah, how was that?
It was interesting. It was good, especially when he was going over how that was built, when it was built.
Yeah,
You gotta really appreciate how much was done given the year that was built.
I love the backup camera.
Even by today's standards, you look at it and you're like, damn, how did he do that? And he did that back in the age of the dinosaurs,
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What did you call me?
Yeah, this was what I was going to say. You got the two of the dinosaurs are sitting right here.
That was even before our time.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. That was long before our time. And then he had it there in next to the build off, so that you could go and talk to him. And if you posted a pic or something, you got a T-shirt.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so they were doing T-shirts and all kinds of fun stuff like that.
People that haven't met Wayne in person. He is such an awesome guy. He's very willing to spend time with you, and discuss all these things. So,
that's the beauty of Mastertech, because the people that are not the Wayne Harrises of today, right?
Yeah,
whatever their name may be, the majority of them are still willing to do that.
Yeah,
I have a question. Okay.
Yeah, and that's part of the allure, is that the guys are just walking around and you can just talk to people and ask them questions and make contacts and and so one of the things we did differently this year was, and Chris, you didn't know this because you weren't here last year, is that we do the awards ceremony and we do all the awards on the last day now. What we used to do is the clean wire, not the build off, but the clean wire guy of the year, the fabricator of the year, and the lifetime achievement award. We used to do those on Thursday night at the banquet. It didn't work. And so we changed them to all the awards now are given on the last day. So, you go to class, and then you can come in and get some food, and you can sit for the awards. And so we had three. We shrunk it down to 3 awards. Now we took 2 of the awards out, and so we had Lifetime Achievement Award, which is what did you think of the winner of that, Fro?
Andy Waymeyer absolutely deserves it.
Yeah. So the stipulation for winning the Lifetime Achievement Award is that it's somebody who contributes to the industry and then continues to contribute. Like Wayne Harris won it last year, and he made himself available. He still goes to all these things with his SPL, and then he finished the Terminator, and he brought it in, and he's just a great guy, and continuously. Even though he doesn't need to anymore, he's continuously there and helping. Gary Bell won it the first year. There again, if one guy has an amazing career and it still has, and now has an even bigger career.
Yeah.
So that's the caliber. And Andy, I mean, there again, there's this guy that it's like does all of this, has done a ton. And he's still out there, like, he just got done building his car, and he that's what when we look at that, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for somebody like that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Then we have Fabricator of the Year, that went to Dave Cause, Titan. It's for me personally when I'm up on stage, and I know who the winner is, obviously,
Right.
And I know what this means to them, like I know it's so exciting to just like me personally. It's like I'm literally like giddy as hell because I'm like I just can't wait to share this with them. It's like they're gonna love this, and Dave this year, like I was literally going to Ken, on stage with me, going, I think he's gonna cry. He's gonna cry. And he didn't, which was a real bummer because man, he was just right there. And then Esai from Lake Town Speed of Sound got Clean Wire, who does fantastic work. And there again, he was totally blown away. Was not expecting that. As you're not supposed to. I mean,
Right.
It's very.
I thought he was Angel's kid forever.
Really?
Till this year, he's like, I'm not Angel's kid, bro. Okay.
No. But his son does work there.
Yeah, he calls him Junior, right? Am I wrong?
Okay. Yeah. But Esai used to have the gorgeous hair, and he's been in the Clean Wire Challenge. So yeah, he does a really good job with that. So yeah, maybe one day, Chris. One day.
Well, maybe our boy Fro wins it next year. Who knows?
Well, so that's a different thing. So there's the Clean Wire Challenge, which is the competition, and then there's the You Did Amazing Work Last Year award.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we do. So it's always it's a lot of fun, and it was nice this year. I thought, what did you guys think of that? Doing all the awards at the end and kind of keeping it loose and having some fun with it. Did you
I wasn't there. I got on a plane at 6 a.m.
That's right. I forgot you weren't there. What did you think, Chris?
It was good. I like all the awards at one time because everybody's together for the one event. Nobody's trying to leave or whatever. So it was good. I liked it.
Fro catching a 6 o'clock plane.
It was either 6 o'clock or get home at midnight. So they said get on a plane at 6. So okay.
Yeah, and you weren't even going the direction that sucked. Like
nope.
Like,
it wasn't my choice.
If you were headed east, you were gonna get screwed.
Yeah, I almost got screwed. So the 3 of us, and Josh from Kenwood, we ended up spending the whole day together the next day because our flights all got canceled.
Dude.
Oh shit!
On the next show, I have flight stuff to talk about on the next show.
Oh, I can't wait
for sure.
So we ended up staying an extra day, which actually worked out really well because we went and helped Brian move everything back to Mobile Solutions. We went to lunch with some friends, and then we went saw Big Rock and went to a ghost town, a mining ghost town.
Nice.
Which we never get any opportunity to do anything at these events, so that was pretty spectacular. But
I definitely plan to do some Mobile Solutions class. If not this year, next year.
Yeah, there's the door panel class is coming up. I think the 24th of April will be the first of the classes this year, which is going to be Justin Marks and Josh Rittenhauer, the guy that won the Gray Team captain.
Yeah.
So that'll be the first class coming up here this year. Well, that'd be the second class this year, but that's the next class coming up in the mobile solutions world.
Yeah.
So, so all in all, what do you guys think, Chris? This was your first year. You've been to the other show. What do you think of this? Did it live up to the hype?
It was very good. I know I got to meet a lot of people that I haven't met before, like Boston Mike, Mike Hungerford. I'm on a group call with them, and I've never met none of them in person. So I met all these guys in person. I met a lot of people.
Josh, you got to meet Josh.
Josh, very important. And then I got to meet people like Gary Bell, Matt Schaefer, and I got to meet a lot of people that don't make me laugh.
I agree with you.
But overall, it was a great experience. I'm super grateful to have gotten the opportunity to go, and it is something that I would look forward to going to next year, for sure.
Nice.
One and hooked.
Yeah,
that's how
we're in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So
I will tell you one thing,
what's that?
I will tell you one thing. For us bigger folk, airplane bathrooms are not fun.
No.
No, you go before you get on the airplane.
Yeah.
You never go on the airplane.
Yeah, I learned the hard way.
No, man.
You move 2.5 hours or less away.
Dude, I go when I get to the airport, I go, and if I have an hour to wait, I go at the half-hour mark, and I go right at the, and even if I don't have to go, I'm just gonna stand there and drip. I don't care.
And you limit your liquid intake as well.
Yep. Dry food, not salty. Yep. Oh yeah. You just gotta ask, man. We travel. Yeah. I got. I know this is hard to believe, but I do have. Well,
the big problem was, especially on my connecting flight, I waited forever for the flight to leave the airport. Then my connecting flight was minutes away from closing the gate, so I didn't even get a chance to go in between flights. So I had to hold it all the way till I got back to Florida.
Big guy tip: put a belt around your leg.
Lock them in. You gotta lock them in. That would be hilarious to watch. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh my gosh! Thank you, Austin. Fro,
yes,
what did you think this year, man? You've been to a bunch of them. What did you think?
fantastic.
Still getting better? Glad you went.
Every year gets better for sure. I'm always glad if I go.
Oh yeah. Any day.
A lot of it for me, it's a lot of connections, though. Obviously, I don't get to see you very much. I don't get to see Sage or whoever very much. So it's a time to connect, which is important. So
yeah. No.
I mean, those contacts. So I brought a guy who's been one other time, and I said, "You got to make contacts. You got to make contacts. You got to make contacts." So, and he just kind of just stands there. My crew usually just stands behind me while I talk to whoever. Doesn't matter. Start talking.
Yeah,
part of the conversation, And now he met some guys from Stinger, which he has the Horizon 10 in his truck.
Okay.
Blow it up. We want you to do beta this and beta that, and we're going to send you this, and we're going to send you that. And I said, that's what a contact will do for you.
Yeah. I mean, they're looking to talk just as much as you're looking to talk. So
you got to have some working in business in general. It's when you go to these style events, like I met you at this event, I've talked to you online. Guess what? You solved a lot of problems that maybe I haven't, and I'm gonna call you. No doubt. Like we're gonna have a Teams meeting or something, and I'm gonna ask for your advice because I'm not
like back to Andy Waymeyer. I don't sell his product. If I text him, would he answer? Maybe not tonight, but tomorrow he would. Make a contact.
Yeah.
Build that relationship.
Look at Justin giving his glowing review. Yeah, no, I mean, I had a great time. I always do. I love doing the event. We put a ton of work into it. For me, I just want, if you guys had a great time, then that's wonderful. That means that all the hard work that we on this side of the table put into it, you know, it was all worth it. So, yeah, I mean, because I always have a great time. What's that?
I said, give me some one-on-one classes so I can teach it.
I still want to know what position I ended up in the Clean Wire Challenge.
48.
Yeah, there you go.
It's between 1 and 8, somewhere between 1 and 8.
Sorry, Fernando took a hard line on that when he says, you know, we never give that information out, so we're not going to start just because we like Chris.
That's
what I said. Fair enough.
Exactly. Well, listen, you don't want to be the first loser, anyways.
Chris, you did great.
It doesn't matter. You know,
Thank you, bro.
You know, I will say this: of all the years of doing these challenges, whether it's the build off, whether it's the Clean Wire Challenge, you know, the build off this year we had like, I don't know, felt like we had 200 judges. This is the build off judging forum here. You know, this is all the information. You know, it's really fun to watch and see how people vote or how people judge, and just stand back and you know, there again, guilty pleasures of mine because I get to do it. And it's just fun to see. Yeah. it's really fun to see that go down. I mean, to me, that's, you know, I don't get to do a lot of things because we're running around and doing fun stuff. And that to me is like, that's the fun stuff, is making sure that stuff gets done, so that when I ask you, Chris, and you soon to be Fro, to come to these events, you know, it goes well and you have a great time. And you know, Austin and his 4 guys, his team, they were so positive. They had, like, I loved the thing they made, and you know, it makes it all worthwhile, you know, the nights, and like it just makes it fun. So for anybody out there listening that's never been to Mastertech Expo and you're thinking, oh, well, you know, I don't work for a shop, or I work for a shop, or whatever, Swizzle Sticks got to come this year because of Dino's Get Down. That's something new. So Saturday for 4 hours, people from the Get Down that were there to see the cars got to come in and experience the show floor, watch the build off, see the Clean Wire Challenge, win some stuff in cornhole, talk to vendors, listen to demo cars. So we've never done that before, and so that was actually really cool. Yeah. But you know, I know everyone always asks us, hey, how do you do this, how do you do that, and whatnot, and it's like, how about making an investment in you being better and just go to something like this? You know, it's
he's talking to you, Rob.
I don't do car audio anymore. You guys forgot?
He just said he did. You don't have to do car audio.
No, I do need to go. I've been meaning to go.
Yeah, it's totally a life-changing event. If nothing else, the people you meet are just, you know, every time I go to one of these, it's like I always meet new people, and I get to see my old friends. I get to see Fro, you know, who I get to see like once a year now. I see his boss more than I get to see him, which sucks, but you know,
you might be seeing me at the sun.
I get to see you guys. Oh, you know.
Yeah, I don't care about you, Chris.
Nobody cares about me. It's fine.
How far away are you, Chris?
I'm 6 hours from Dean.
Oh, well, I'm a little more than 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's like south of North Carolina. It's not even or I mean California. It's like there's no way. You might as well live on the other side of the earth. I mean, that's a miserable 6 hours.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. I mean, I try to plan it out.
I don't like to drive. 2 hours for me, and I'm like, kill me now. I just, I can't do it. You know, you like to drive to Miami. You're silly.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I will say, Chris lives in the part of Florida that I consider the real part of Florida.
Now you're just baiting me.
The lower you get, the more north it is. The lower you get in Florida,
Georgia, man. That's just go to Georgia.
All right. Well, that's it for this show. We have another show. I'll invite these guys if they have time. They can join. If not, It'll be me and Dean talking nonsense as always.
Talk your
Thanks
nonsense.
for coming in, guys.
Yeah,
Hey,
appreciate
I
you.
love being here.
Have a great
All
day,
right.
y'all.
Click the link below if you want to hear more nonsense. But we're live for next week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next
All right.
week.
Oh,
Yep, next week we're on.
Bobby and Jason, I haven't sent these out yet, but I'm going to.
Nice. Oh, you gotta give me
Alrighty.
that information so I can order some.
Oh, yeah. I do need to send that to you.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We'll see y'all next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.